Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. Joe Rogan, one of our generation's brilliant philosophical minds, or chauvinist Neanderthal, or something in between. Well, whatever you think of him, it's undeniable that he has become one of the most influential people in the planet. And as someone who has such an influential voice, his ideas, his thoughts, and his advice is going to be out there. But is his advice any good? Well, that's why I'm here. In this video, your main man right here is going to take a psychological magnifying glass, nay, a microscope to his advice to see whether it's amazingly insightfully sound or completely asinine, or something in between. Here, Joe is on Lex Friedman's podcast, and he is asked about his advice on relationships. So let's get into the clip.
You're married, you have a great family. What advice would you give to me and to others like me who are dumb fucks and have not found a relationship?
Well, you're a great guy, so this definitely doesn't necessarily apply to you. But be someone who someone would want to be in a relationship with. There's a lot of people out there that want a great partner. They want someone in a relationship, but why would someone want to be in a relationship with you? You know, maybe you bicker a lot. Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you lie. Maybe maybe you're cruel. Maybe you don't have a sense of humor. Maybe you're not kind. Like, what is it about you that people would not enjoy being around or that people avoid? Fix that.
I think this is very good advice. This is the whole work on yourself before getting in a relationship. And I'm actually a very big believer in that. If you do the work on yourself before getting into a relationship, then you'll have a much higher chance of having a smoother ride. I've seen it work where people work on themselves in a relationship and it possibly can work out, but it is definitely the exception and not the rule. And actually, those things can actually destroy a relationship. And I really like his list of negative attributes he tells people to work on. You know, certainly it's not an exhaustive list and it's just kind of off the top of his head, but he mentions bickering, jealousy, lies, cruelty, not having a sense of humor, and unkindness. And I noticed that, a lot of these, character traits, it just makes someone pleasant to be around, right? He doesn't say make more money, be taller, get more power or influence or anything like that. And I kind of feel like that's what the world tells us a lot of the time, that we need to change in order to get a girl, or a guy. But Joe seemingly contradicts the world by saying, be a good person, be kind, don't lie, don't bicker. So, good advice, Joe. I like it.
Well, this applies to me as well. Like you said something with Cam Hanes. One of the things you admire is the discipline it takes to sort of juggle so many things and do it successfully. I'm not sure I'm very good at that.
So juggling all this hard work and then also a relationship.
Also a relationship, also family, all those kinds of priorities. I mean, that requires having your shit together.
It does. It's a different thing. But it's also, you got to find the right person. There's a lot of people who settle for sexy. They settle for hot. They settle for the wrong person. Like, you can get hot and nice. They're out there.
Yeah.
But don't get hot and mean. Hot and mean is not fun. Then you get Amber Heard.
Yeah. And then you end up in a trial.
Yeah. You can be deceived by perfect symmetry.
I thought this was an interesting exchange because here Lex goes on about juggling things and being successful at them. And Joe says, okay, sure, but don't settle, right? And it seems like Lex was moving toward the performance aspect of success when talking about relationships. And Joe brings it back to the person and making good choices. In the previous clip, he talks about making a good decision by working on yourself And here he talks about making good decisions when it comes to choosing someone. And he says, don't settle for hot. Get hot and nice. And I know a lot of you out there are saying, I can't even get hot. How am I going to get hot and nice? How many of those people are out there? And there's no way I can get one of those. But I like what Joe is saying here. He is basically saying, or he's basically assigning you, the listener, very high value. He's assuming that you're a valuable enough person to get everything you want and more. And you are worth more than just a hot person. You deserve someone who's going to treat you well. And I love that. You know, one of the big things I do in therapy is help people see the value in themselves to make these better decisions. When you value yourself, you will automatically go for things and start making better decisions because you see yourself as valuable and you deserve it. And Joe here is backing that up. So thanks for the backup, Joe.
You don't think it's a good idea to record your partner?
I think you should record all conversations. The CIA is doing it no matter what. I assume that every conversation I have is recorded because I'm pretty sure it is.
Even when we had dinner with Alex Jones, he was recording.
Yeah,
I still remember that.
Oh, I didn't know that was recording.
He might, you know what? It'd be funny if he is the CIA.
He could be.
That'd be the
but
ultimate
that's
joke.
my advice about relationships: is be somebody, and then also like find someone who you can grow with. Right? You don't want to be with someone who doesn't share your values. You don't want to be with someone who makes excuses. You don't want to be with someone who's lazy or who's spiteful. You want to be with someone who's like genuinely kind. That's one of the things that I really love about my wife. And she's very smart and she works hard. She's a dedicated, disciplined person, but she's also really nice. That's one of the things I like the most about her. She's so nice. She's always smiling.
And that energy is great.
You've seen us together.
Yeah.
You've hung around with us. She's fun.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun.
Yeah. She makes you just feel great to be alive. It's good to have people like that around you.
She's happy. She's a happy person. She's happy to be around.
Here, Joe is pushing further the make a good decisions point, right? Oh, by the way, I don't agree with record your relationships. You know, personally or, you know, professionally, I think that it's not a good thing for trust. But hey, Joe has lived a different life, so that's different advice from him. But, you know, the make good decisions, right? Be selective of who you choose as a partner. But what is the criteria that Joe gives? Well, that's actually pretty insightful because in the previous clip, he mentions hot, but puts an emphasis on nice. He knows that if you're a man, you automatically want hot, but here he's saying what he appreciates about his wife, and it's her being kind and happy and nice. And these things typically are not on the top of the list when it comes to what people look for. But he knows these things are so important when it comes to having a good relationship. And he tells people to avoid spiteful, lazy people who make excuses. And to sum it up, he's saying avoid toxic people who would make your life difficult. And yes, I totally agree. And again, he's coming from the lens of what will make this a good relationship. Look, I'm not here saying that money, power, you know, fame, looks, status, and those kinds of things are not important. But I am agreeing with Joe that when it comes to a relationship, these things take a huge backseat to the things that seemingly are insignificant, but it makes a world of difference in your relationship. Because believe me, you cannot build a relationship on looks or money. I mean, he hit the nail on the head with Amber Heard. I mean, you want to be in a relationship with Amber Heard, with her? You want poop in the bed? Okay, I know some of you are saying, yeah, sure, sign me up. But Joe and I are here telling you that you are too good for that. You deserve better than that. All right, let's keep going.
That's the kind of people that you can have in your life as friends, And as coworkers and as lovers and wives and husbands, you can find those people. They're real. And when you find those people, your life is better. Like, to have a good tribe is very important. To have a good tribe of people, you know. And I think if there's anything that I'm very, very fortunate about, it's the people that I'm around. I have very good friends, and one of which is you. It's so valuable to have quality people around you because it makes you want to do better, because you admire the hard work that these people put in, like Cam Hanes or Goggins or many of my friends, and people that are generous and people that are curious and people that are honest. They inspire you to do the same, and it's extremely valuable. It's one of the most valuable things, is to surround yourself with positive, healthy, friendly, generous people.
You know, I'm noticing that Joe gives a lot of lists, and I I actually give a lot of lists too. So me and Joe, we're like this, but his list here is he says positive, healthy, friendly, and generous. Again, these are personality traits that lend to good, stable relationships. And I think the main umbrella trait that all of these other traits fall under is healthy. He's saying be smart and choose healthy people around you, and your life will be better. And this is actually very contradictory to what we actually want for ourselves a lot of the time, right? We want sexy over nice. We want exciting over kind. We want rich over happy. We want chemistry over wholeness. And what we want isn't always what's best for us. And can I say that hotness is overrated? So yeah, you know, I'm impressed with Joe. I think his advice is sound. And if we listen to Joe more than we listen to what we want maybe, or what the world wants, then we may have the relationship that we want in life. So, nice job, Joe. He gets the therapist stamp of approval. And if you have anything you want me to react to, please leave it in the comment section down there. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.